What if I told you that the car sitting on your neighbor's driveway, the one with the Italian badge, the hand-stitched leather interior, and the engine that sounds like it was designed by God himself on a particularly inspired Tuesday, can now be purchased for roughly the same amount of money you'd spend on a used Honda Civic? Not a joke, not clickbait, not a math error. This is the absolute, verified, data-backed reality of the used luxury car market in 2025, and the people who know about it are buying these cars as fast as they can, while everyone else is still arguing over whether to get the Sport trim or the LX trim on their Civic. Here's the thing about luxury cars that manufacturers desperately hope you never figure out. They are engineered to feel exclusive forever, but priced to collapse financially in about 5 to 7 years. That's not an accident. That's the business model. The first owner pays full price for the prestige, the new car smell, the bragging rights, and the feeling of pulling up to a valet and watching them scramble. Then that same car loses 60, 70, sometimes even 80% of its value and quietly slides into the used market, where a completely different kind of buyer is waiting. A buyer who doesn't care about the new car smell. A buyer who just wants the supercharged V8, the massaging seats, the panoramic roof, and the name on the hood, at a fraction of what the first guy paid. That buyer could be you. And after this video, it absolutely should be. We're counting down 3 luxury cars that started life as untouchable status symbols and have now depreciated so aggressively that you can pick them up for Honda Civic money. We're going deepest on number 1 because that one is genuinely a once-in-a-generation buying opportunity that most people will completely ignore. Let's get into it. Before we start, if this kind of information is exactly what the car industry doesn't want you to have, consider subscribing. There's a lot more where this came from. Now, from the bottom, let's go. Number 3. The Jaguar XJ. Let's start with a car that used to cost more than most people's homes. The Jaguar XJ. I want you to sit with that for a second. A Jaguar. A full-size flagship luxury sedan with genuine wood trim, quilted leather, a supercharged V6 or V8 engine, and a brand history that goes back over 100 years of British automotive craftsmanship. The XJ is the kind of car that senior partners at law firms drove, the kind of car that showed up in films where characters wore watches that cost more than your education, the kind of car that, when it rolled past, people stopped and looked. The 2019 Jaguar XJ, which was, by the way, the final model year of production before Jaguar planned its electric rebirth, started at a sticker price of $77,025. The range-topping XJR 575, with its 575 horsepower supercharged V8, demanded $124,325. $124,000 for a sedan, and people paid it because when you're in the market for a flagship British luxury car and you want something that drives like a sports car but coddles you like a first-class cabin at the same time, the XJ is genuinely that vehicle. Now fast forward to today, a 2019 Jaguar XJ XJL Portfolio, which is not the base model by the way. This is the long wheelbase Portfolio trim with more legroom in the rear than most people have in their living rooms, has a current resale value, according to Kelley Blue Book, of approximately $21,100. And that figure has dropped 47% just in the last 3 years. You are looking at a car that originally sold for over $77,000, now trading for $21,000 on the used market. And on the private party market, motivated sellers are taking even less. To put that in perspective, a new 2025 Honda Civic starts at $24,250. You are now paying less for a used Jaguar flagship sedan than you would for a brand new Civic off the lot. That is not a depreciation story. That is a depreciation catastrophe for the original buyer, and an absolute miracle for the second owner. The XJ has a supercharged engine, a suspension that self-levels, an interior so quiet you could film a library scene in it while doing 60 miles per hour, and rear seats that are more comfortable than most luxury recliners. And you can have all of that for under $22,000. Yes, there are running costs to consider. A Jaguar is not a Toyota, and nobody is pretending otherwise. But for buyers who go in informed, budget for maintenance, and understand what they're getting, the XJ at this price represents a completely different category of automobile than anything Honda or Toyota is offering at the same price point. The question is never whether a depreciated luxury car costs more to maintain. It always does. The question is whether that additional cost is worth the delta in experience. At $21,000 for a Jaguar XJ, for most enthusiast buyers, it absolutely is. Number 2. The Maserati Quattroporte. If the Jaguar XJ's depreciation is impressive, the Maserati Quattroporte's depreciation is a phenomenon. This is not just a car that loses value quickly. This is, according to multiple independent analyses, including IC Cars data based on over 15 million vehicle transactions, the single worst depreciating vehicle in the entire automotive market. The undisputed, Hall of Fame, record-setting king of automotive value destruction. And when you are sitting on the buying side of that equation, it is genuinely one of the most spectacular things the used car market has ever produced. Let's establish what a new Maserati Quattroporte actually is, because that context matters enormously here. When it rolled out of Modena, Italy, the Quattroporte was not pretending to be a luxury car. It was a supercar wearing a suit. The name itself means 4 doors in Italian, and the Quattroporte delivered on every expectation that name implies. Italian design so dramatic, it made German luxury sedans look like filing cabinets. A twin turbocharged V6 producing serious power paired with a Ferrari-derived transmission. Exhaust notes that sounded like the car was clearing its throat after a night at the opera. And an interior that wrapped you in hand-stitched leather from the moment you closed the door. A new Maserati Quattroporte started at $109,500 for the base model. The fully optioned Trofeo trim, with its 580 horsepower twin-turbo V8, reached pricing that would make most people physically uncomfortable. This was not a car for careful financial planners. This was a car for people who made decisions the way race car drivers make decisions, fast and without looking back. Now look at what IC Cars found when they analyzed over 15 million vehicles. The Maserati Quattroporte depreciates 64.4% after 5 years. Its 10-year depreciation rate reaches 84%. Let me convert that into actual money. A Quattroporte purchased new for $109,500 is now worth, after 5 years, approximately $38,000 to $40,000 depending on condition and mileage. And that number keeps falling. 7-year-old examples in clean condition are now regularly finding buyers in the low to mid-20s, $20-something thousand for a Maserati. For a car with a Ferrari-adjacent engine, Italian coachwork, and the kind of driving soundtrack that makes people pull out their phones in traffic just to figure out what that sound is. Business Insider documented what may be the single most staggering depreciation figure in automotive history: a Maserati Quattroporte losing 72.2% of its value in just 3 years, over $100,000 gone in 36 months. That is not depreciation, that is evaporation. And for the second owner who lets the first owner absorb all of that loss, it means getting a genuine Italian Grand Touring sedan, the kind of car they drove in Bond films before Bond started driving electric vehicles, for the price that used to buy you a well-equipped Camry. The Quattroporte is not the most reliable car on this list. Nobody is building that argument. But at its current price point, it delivers something that no Civic, no Camry, no anything in its price range can deliver: the undeniable, visceral experience of Italian automotive theater. The sound, the feel, the look, and the completely irrational joy of driving something that was never supposed to cost this little. Number 1. The BMW 7 Series. Number 1 is where this conversation gets serious, because while the Jaguar XJ is a spectacular depreciation deal and the Maserati Quattroporte is a once-in-a-lifetime spectacle, the BMW 7 Series is something altogether different. It is the depreciation opportunity that makes the most practical sense, delivers the broadest range of capabilities, and represents the best overall value for the widest range of buyers. It is not as romantic as the Maserati, it is not as distinctly British as the Jaguar, but it is the most engineered, most technologically complete, and arguably most capable luxury sedan in the world at this price point. And the reason it's here is because BMW depreciation is, by the numbers from US News and World Report, among the worst in the entire industry. The BMW 7 Series started life as a flagship, not a near flagship, not an almost flagship, the actual full-stop flagship of a brand that spends more on engineering per vehicle than most manufacturers spend on entire model lines. The 7 Series has always been BMW's laboratory. Every technology that eventually trickles down to the 5 Series, the 3 Series, and everything below it, the adaptive suspension systems, the advanced driver assistance features, the latest generation of inline 6 and V8 engines, all of it debuts in the 7 Series first. Buying a used 7 Series is not buying an old car. It's buying a technology time capsule. A 2019 BMW 750i xDrive, fully loaded, was a 6-figure automobile. We are talking about a car with a twin turbocharged 4.4-liter V8 producing 456 horsepower, rear-wheel steering, active lane keeping, massaging seats in every row, a Bowers & Wilkins Diamond surround sound system that sounds better than most home theater setups, executive lounge seating for rear passengers, a wheelbase that gave rear occupants more legroom than some business-class airplane seats. This was BMW's answer to the question, what if we made a car that could do absolutely everything, and we didn't make a single compromise anywhere in the process? According to IC Cars, the BMW 7 Series depreciates 61.8% after 5 years, leaving a resale value of approximately $37,914 from a new price baseline. US News & World Report documented the 7 Series losing up to 72.6% of its value in just 5 years. Car Gurus confirms that the average used BMW 7 Series currently sells for $42,908 in the broader market, with recent model years averaging even lower at $38,946. And in the private party and off-lease markets, motivated sellers are regularly pricing 2018 and 2019 examples in the upper 20s to mid-30s range, directly overlapping with what you'd pay for a used Honda Civic in clean condition with comparable mileage. That number should stop you cold, because what you are being offered at that price point is a twin-turbocharged V8 flagship sedan from the brand that defines driving dynamics in the luxury segment, with more technology than most buyers will ever fully explore, and enough long-distance comfort to make a 10-hour drive feel like an inconvenience rather than an endurance test. A Honda Civic is a genuinely excellent car. It is reliable, efficient, practical, and sensible. But it does not have a V8. It does not have rear-wheel steering. It does not have a Bowers & Wilkins sound system. It does not isolate you from the outside world with the kind of acoustic engineering that BMW spent years perfecting. And at the same used market price point, neither does any other car you could possibly buy, except a BMW 7 Series with enough depreciation absorbed to make the math work completely in your favor. The maintenance costs are real. BMW ownership is not free, and anyone who tells you otherwise is selling you something. Repairs run higher than Japanese equivalents, parts cost more, and the technology that makes the 7 Series extraordinary also makes certain repairs complex and specialized. Budget for it honestly. Find an independent BMW specialist rather than a dealer, establish a relationship, and service this car on schedule with the discipline it requires. Do that, and what you will have is a vehicle that will surprise you every single day you drive it. Not because it's the most reliable car you've ever owned, but because it is the most capable, most involving, most thoroughly engineered machine you've ever had access to at this price. The first owners of these cars paid the price of exclusivity. They absorbed the depreciation that nobody warned them about. They handed back the keys on leases or traded into something newer and ate the financial loss so you wouldn't have to. That is the invisible transaction that makes the used luxury car market work in your favor. And right now, in 2025, it is working harder for buyers than it has in a very long time. 3 cars. 3 stories of spectacular depreciation, and one conclusion that is almost impossible to argue with. The smartest money in the used car market right now is not buying another reliable, sensible, thoroughly competent Honda Civic. The smartest money is buying the car that used to cost 5 times as much and enjoying every single mile of the difference. If this video helped you see the used car market differently, subscribe, because this is exactly the kind of conversation the dealership does not want you having before you walk through their door. Drive smart. See you in the next one.